I'm DJ Head.
I'm Gina Views.
Welcome to Effective Immediately. We got legends in the building, as you can see. J.E. Jagged Edge.
J.E. y'all having us, man, for real.
Man, listen, bro. Well, as you can see, what just transpired, like live on the air, like you know, it's real.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Y'all, I think just being from the outside looking in, like what y'all mean to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Culturally, spiritually, like mentally, emotionally, like. Because I know people too people get married to your music.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Whatnot. Does that ever like not fuck you up? But does that ever like
fuck you up?
It fucks you up?
Can.
Does that do you still have the same reaction as you did before is what I'm asking. I guess what I'm asking.
Well, for me, I think, I feel like all my reactions have been heightened. After the things I went through, I feel like I could feel everything 100 times more. To the point where it's a time I could be talking about something and I'll be like that.
And you get emotional.
I had to stop talking before I start crying.
Really?
So.
It's that.
It's powerful. It's powerful. Yeah.
Right now.
But
you know what? Before Jagged Edge even formed, I was like 13. I used to have these dreams of being on stage. And I used to wake up, I'm like in the middle of I'm like taking a power nap or something, and I used to wake up in the middle of the day like in a cold sweat from dreaming. I could see 3 other guys in my peripheral, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And one day we had a show, and it was Deja Vu. And I felt like an out of body experience to where like, okay, Cal, keep going. Don't pass out or don't. You feel what I'm saying? But praise to the Most High, He don't make no mistakes.
Right.
It feels like you just walked out of heaven.
I really did. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's funny about that song too? That when we had went through some things around that time, and we did V103. What was the big convention that they used to have?
For Sisters Only?
For Sisters Only. Yeah. And we thought at that point in time we was about to be canceled for some things that had happened with us. You know what I mean? And we sang that song for the first time in Atlanta, and the crowd exploded. And I had that kind of moment. I almost cried on stage because I was like, I thought they was done with us. You know what I'm saying? And to see that reaction just like, it's crazy.
What year is that though? Because was cancel culture a thing then?
I mean, I'm just saying because of what we had went through, and I don't want to bring it up.
You
know what I'm saying? But I just thought he was
I don't
like,
even know.
Right, yeah, I'm glad. But I thought he was kind of like, especially in Atlanta, it was like, man, we done with them niggas. Like, you know what I mean? So we got on that stage and that song came on and people exploded. It just made me emotional. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that's the reason we keep it going. You know what I mean? That's the reason we stay together for moments like this. You know what I mean? Like we done been other continents, everywhere. Countries, and
made
people,
millions, all that shit. We do a lot of this for the fans.
Exactly.
Right? Man. We love our fans. They gave us a way out of where we from.
Absolutely.
And we don't take that shit for granted.
Real talk.
Right.
Why do you guys think that at this point, because obviously like guy groups are not a thing anymore, but why wasn't, even after you guys y'all just stopped dropping albums, there hasn't been anybody else to come and even take the place and give the same feeling that you guys did?
It's expensive to do this.
Yeah.
But what's label to move, you got to think, if it's expensive to move one person, how expensive is it to move 4 people? And that's what you kind of get caught up in. It's the logistics of it.
But it's funny though, because exactly what you said. Teddy Riley came to us one day. He said, so it was New Edition. He said, then Guy came. Then Jodeci came. Then Blackstreet came. H-Town came. He said, but once y'all came, he said, ain't nobody been able to get it back from y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Teddy Riley. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Shout out to Jagged Edge, though. I like y'all. Y'all niggas all right.
Them niggas might got some records. Them niggas might got a couple records.
Like, hang with
you know what I'm saying? Few of them.
Do you guys have a favorite Jagged Edge album?
I think we all probably got one different. But I mean, for me, it ain't one favorite. I got a couple favorites.
Right.
We got 11 albums out. So I got a couple favorite albums like that.
Why? What makes the album a favorite?
I mean, well, the first favorite is the first album, and that's because it changed our lives, obviously. You know what I mean? And then my second favorite is the Hard album.
I just like the songs we put on that album. You know,
and the title and everything.
Yeah, for me, all 11, because every album comes with their own set of obstacles. You know what I mean? And once you get there and you release it to the people, it's like you giving them your baby. You know what I mean? So all of them for me. You know what I mean?
Do you ever listen to an album and critique it though? Like you go back and wish you would have did something different.
Like on that side of it, I might hate the first album.
Right.
Honestly,
Get the fuck out of
Those
here.
albums are perfect though.
No way.
Front to back.
There's no way.
But I just heard things in there that I know I would
As a
do 100
professional.
times better. You know what I mean?
I
But
would
at the
get that
time,
one different.
yeah, right.
And
But
you
at
know,
the time,
technology's grown, all that. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
no, it's not even about. It's like she said. It's about really examining my own performance.
I got you.
And knowing I
Makes
would have.
sense.
Right now,
You the
at
punching,
that point in time, it was
You was young.
And as a writer, you critique like I could have came with a different way to say that, or you know what I mean. So things like that, you always kind of going through in your mind.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I was like probably like 10 years old singing Keys to the Range.
There you go.
We should put that on our show.
Even though y'all don't have like a favorite, just the album itself, what's your favorite deep cut?
There's a lot of those too. Shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You might go around the table.
I would say my favorite deep cut, probably the song called "It's Been You the Whole Time" on the J.E. Heartbreak 2 album.
Okay.
I think. Sorry, "It's Been You the Whole Time" on the J.E. Heartbreak 2 album. I think a lot of people missed that record, but it's a really, 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 really good record. You know what I mean? Yeah.
For me, I think it's a record called Respect. Cause,
No respect for
yeah.
them girls.
Now, in real life, I had a friend that was going through some domestic
why we wrote
violence
that song,
issues, and you know, I brought her to the studio, and she was kind of banged all up or whatever from a recent experience. And I just came to the guys like, yo, bro, we got to do a record about, you know, guys beating up on their women. Like, we can't, like, we have to speak on that. You know what I mean? And they, do. Done daughter.
I'm gonna have to say a song called "Spaceship" on the Remedy album, and I just feel like that song is talking about like, you know, if she don't want to see me, she don't want to talk to me, I don't want to be here. We ain't talking about death. Like, I wish I could get in a spaceship and fly the fuck up out of here. And I, you know, I find myself in that position a lot.
I know that. Better preach.
So
in real life,
that's one of my favorites right there.
I guess for me, would be For the Rest of Our Lives. It's just that whole vibing process. It's like when he started, the energy just domino. And I was just sitting back watching them. They're like, all right, can I go in the booth? I'm like, y'all niggas just did? I can't come behind that. You know what I'm saying? And but it was just magical, and I just felt then like, you know what, the world is in for a treat.
And we wrote that record on the twins' mom's bed, like 4 guys just sitting around vibing. That's how that record came about.
Yeah,
like,
you had to say that differently.
That's why
Sitting around the bed.
He wanted to pause you, but he had to let you go.
He said we wrote that in the twins' mama bed.
That
do sound crazy.
But that's why I had to come back and say sitting around the bed. We were in her room.
I'm gonna let you cook.
And that's where the vibe came. Y'all crazy as hell.
Was it ever difficult to create concept records?
No.
That's how we start most of our records.
Yeah.
Conversation. You know what I mean?
But penning it though, a lot of people not able to pin it the way y'all are.
I feel you there, but I think that once you have the concept, then it's like a book. Like you got your framework.
Yeah.
Now it's just filling that in with the little minor details. You know what I mean? So,
and then the ideas, they're like, man, what y'all think about? So it's like a barbershop talk, and then it just kind of create itself. You know what I'm saying? We need to have a song like this, so we need to write about more this issue or that. So Brandon Brand, come on, man, these are the best songwriters as far as the male perspective for me.
That's right.
For me, you know what I'm saying?
And and like he said, that's God. Because sometimes I feel like I ain't wrote a word.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like the way that it come in.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I didn't write that.
I mean,
shit.
effortless. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I sit back and watch. I mean, just the 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of them, not because you know what, but I really admire how they and they fans. They ain't bullshitting. They get in there and they get out.
Get it done.
You going to the club. It's time for the club.
Going to the club.
You're like, damn, we're going to be late into the club. You know, no, they in and out, man.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
I don't know if it's like the groupie in me.
No, you got a little sister. You good.
I always wondered like what how do artists feel when they hear their song in the background of movies? So like Keys to the Range is on the background.
In Too Deep.
In Too Deep. Yeah. And it's obviously Jermaine Dupri has a scene in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grimy Melvin.
Yeah.
That's what we call it
to this day, Grimy Melvin.
Grimy.
Listen, it feels crazy, but I'm gonna tell you the craziest thing for me. Wesley Snipes and I think it was Sanaa Lathan had a movie.
Yeah.
And their kid had Jagged Edge posters all over her bedroom.
Sure did.
And I was like, damn,
No, that
bro.
ain't the one, bro.
But that's the one that got me. I was like,
But have y'all seen the poster of us on the wall of brown? What's that? Brown sugar?
Brown Sugar.
Oh, yeah,
Brown Sugar.
I'm talking about big as day.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's us.
On the wall.
So y'all find out when we find out.
Right. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
True. Nobody ever aware of us that we was gonna be in that movie.
well,
No.
sometimes they'll call you and ask for, to sign off on it, but you don't know where it's coming in or how it's coming in. So
Absolutely.
you don't know until you actually see that movie, too.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I always wondered about, like, groups, like who gets to decide, like who decides who gets on what record? Because like everybody ain't on every record. Like
Our group is
It's like a natural.
it's just kind of.
Yeah, it comes natural.
I mean, it's funny. Jermaine kind of started the dynamic in terms of who leads what, right?
Right.
Because
Okay.
at first we all wanted everybody to do their thing. Jermaine kind of made it like, let's let the twins do this because they have a sound that's recognizable.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think now that the sound has been established, we always are just trying to give an effort that complements what the establishment is. You know what I
Let
mean?
me tell you something. We don't have that problem. Like, man, you singing all the damn songs, or
it just say
you in the
Jagged
front of
Edge
the
on
video.
the
Yeah, we all flow, man. Like
Yeah.
I say, man, we're R&B crew. We love each other. We fight with each other. We cry with each other. You know what I'm saying? His problem's my problem.
Yeah.
But one thing about it, we ain't with that bullshit.
I feel that.
That will break up a group.
Facts.
And we all know what it is. It's that whole shit. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? So
No, you
ain't
right.
Ain't no hoes in this group.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? We real men. So you know what I'm saying? Before you even act like that, I think it's an inner checking to say, you know what, I ain't finna bring this shit to the table. Let
I
me
ain't.
check myself.
And when you're doing a record, you don't want to confuse your fans. When you're actually establishing, I'm not saying do a record, but when you're establishing a sound, you don't want to confuse your fans. You don't want this person leading this record, then the next single, this person.
Sound
You know what I'm saying?
totally
Like
different.
you sound totally different. You can't. You have to establish a sound.
You have to get a sound going.
Exactly.
Got
So
to. So
whenever
you
they
know.
hear, whenever they hear you, they automatically.
that's
I already know.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Just a man you heard Ernie Isley sing. Ernie,
Why you do that to Earth?
Ernie.
Stupid, man.
Well, Ronald, Ernie.
Hey, bro,
Ronald.
Well,
go ahead
Ronald.
and duck his shit. Go ahead and tuck his shit under the lead.
All the way
down.
They're stacking but tuck 'em.
That's funny.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
The other thing I had, just as a fan, watching y'all perform "Let's Get Married." I forgot where it was, but just watching y'all perform that, I remember like a couple of my I ain't gonna say her name, my cousins, they fantasize about getting married to y'all song, right? And I'm like, bro, y'all ain't never getting no nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, let me show you something.
you ain't never getting no nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me show y'all something.
What?
I have a wedding playlist
In real life.
with all y'all songs on them.
I see the cover right there.
That's dope. That's dope.
So I'm watching y'all perform this shit, and I'm looking at my cousin like, bro, do y'all take any responsibility for the level of delusion that these women have?
Well, we do say we the godfather of a lot of babies.
Yeah.
we do claim that. You
Yeah.
know, but
I say this too though, like if you like some people try to say like we trivialize marriage, right? But if you listen to that song, right, it starts out, I know these so-called players ain't gonna tell you this, right? But I'm gonna be real and say what's on my heart. We speaking from a relationship standpoint of a man who been with his woman, and it's like, you know, some hood shit in the sense like sometimes people been together so long, and a nigga might be like, hey babe, let's just do this shit. Like, what we waiting on? Like that was kind of the point of view
It ain't
of the
on all
song.
big
Okay.
and deep and shit. It's just conversational.
yeah.
Because you know they romanticize everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Every fucking
Yes.
I rehearsed my wedding already. No nigga, but I rehearsed the wedding.
That is crazy.
We starting off with Let's Get Married, the slow one. I'm walking out to the slow one, and then everybody else walking
what I'm
out
saying,
to
bro?
the fast one.
This
to
is
the
the shit I be
remix.
telling y'all, nigga.
Manifest it, babe. Manifest it.
Insert a nigga here fantasy.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just drag and
funny.
drop the nigga here.
Drag and drop.
That shit crazy.
How many times have you guys had to decline wedding performances?
We was just talking about that today.
All the time. We were supposed to do Travis Hunter's wedding. What was that? 2 weeks ago.
What?
We was booked somewhere, so we had to say
and it's
no.
crazy though, because it's like she said, people that young, they when they asked him who did he want, he said him and his girl first answer was Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think people that young, what y'all know about us? You know what I'm
They
saying?
parents was rocking.
But I'm just saying that's how we feel sometimes.
I ain't gonna let you do that. I ain't gonna let you do that.
That has to be the number one wedding song.
It's got
big facts.
It has to be.
Don't act like that. Don't act like y'all not them niggas.
I mean, we appreciate it, but you know.
Appreciate the love, bro.
I get the fake humble shit, but don't. That was some bullshit.
No, I mean,
how you even know about us? No, what you mean?
I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying though,
we ain't that young.
why you wouldn't hear a wedding
else they
song
gonna
from
get?
your generation, or why
Yeah.
you wouldn't think of
They ain't
something
got
else?
none in this generation.
It gotta be something.
We don't have
songs like that no more. Yeah.
Okay.
If she was to redo this marriage
We do-
playlist, who do
no,
you get married to?
Her and Daniel Caesar do have
That's
one.
hard. Yeah, and I love that song too.
They do have
Yeah.
one, but that's it.
That's
I
it.
got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Tamia, Eric Benet, they have one,
Yes.
Yeah, I
and
got
then
That's a
y'all.
great one.
That's
too.
our
arrow though.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
still our era, though.
Because love not in the music no more.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
not.
It's
It's not.
crazy.
It's not
So
in the
how do
music.
y'all feel about that? The younger people, how do y'all feel about it?
I don't like that because I'm like he just said, like I'm one of them type of girls. Like I'm a lover girl. So I like to hear love in the music. I like to hear heartbreak in the music. I don't want to hear about you sliding on niggas.
Right.
Like I don't want to hear. It's too much auto tune.
Right.
Like even if we even go back to like y'all music videos and how it was like concepts. What's his, I forget his name. I don't want to disrespect him, but he played Q on Moesha.
Fredro. Shout out Fredro.
Yes, and y'all know that video. Obviously, y'all know. But it's like even stuff like that. We was just arguing about
Literally.
It's a clip right now. I can show you the clip. We was literally just arguing about what's y'all best song with Bow Wow.
Oh,
Play him the
what
clip.
did y'all say?
Nah, play
I
him the
said
clip.
Puppy Love,
And
and he said My Baby.
I think it's my baby too.
yeah, I'm gonna go with my baby.
So,
Told you.
We got like
No.
3 of them.
No, no, no.
but in my defense,
Fuck
But
I
lyrically,
said.
I like Puppy Love.
But
I
in
like
my
what it said.
defense, I said if y'all perform at the 106 and Park anniversary, Puppy Love has to be performed.
No, for
Fuck
sure.
And he
that.
said no.
That's my second hit of ever. So yeah,
Puppy
it
Love
had
and
to.
My Baby are both retired 106 and Park songs.
Right.
So that means that it was voted multiple times.
I'm about to play.
That's
So
my-
we both was right.
No, she
Nah,
right.
nigga, let me
She
play the
absolutely
clip.
right.
He said, hold on, be
She
quiet.
Get a
absolutely
fuck.
right.
No, she's not right.
She's right.
I'm gonna play the
You know what I'm
clip.
saying? When she said that the video was retired, she right.
Yeah.
She right.
All right,
Both
here go
was
the clip.
retired.
What they have scheduled for the 106 and Park thing, but like Jagged Edge is like a big part to me of 106 and Park, even Bow Wow.
Hell yeah.
I need Puppy Love performed.
I like how serious. I like how serious she looked when she said.
If Bow Wow is a part of this,
They do my
and
baby,
Jagged
they ain't doing
Edge-
puppy love. Not like that. I'm just saying that's not one of them songs where you gotta do puppy love.
Puppy Love not one of them songs? You're crazy.
It is the second number one
Crazy.
hit.
Puppy Love?
I know the song. I'm just saying.
Damn. You serious right now?
Jagged Edge. Look at this. She about to play a record.
You can't believe not a word that I be saying.
Prove your case.
Look at that
Yeah.
It just sounds like that because I'm just too young.
I ain't gonna lie, Gina enthusiasm won the argument.
telling
dog.
you,
She
man.
won the argument.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's sexism.
Sexism.
But you know, yeah.
That's sexism. You know what I'm saying?
You heard him.
That's too funny.
Are you guys participating in the 106 and Park anniversary show?
We haven't. They haven't reached out to us yet, but they will.
Okay.
And even if they don't, it's cool.
all good.
It's
Right. I mean, it really wasn't many people on there more than us and Bow Wow. We was on there
Yeah.
about 7-8 times. You know what I mean? Performing. So
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you gotta at least think about us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We'll see.
Has there been any records that you got that came, because you know obviously in the music industry people like pass the records and
Right.
stuff like that. I know y'all write for other artists, and so
Right.
we don't have to get into that.
Right.
But has there been records that came through that probably passed through y'all hands like, damn, we should have probably did that one?
that Lil Mo song. What's the name of that Lil Mo song?
Forever?
Yeah.
No,
The Married.
For the rest of our lives, man. The rest of our lives. Right. Love you for life. Love you.
We had that beat first, right? Yeah. That's a Brian Cox beat.
Yeah.
That's a Brian Cox beat.
Baby.
We had a
So
song.
Brian had gave us that beat, but the way he used to do it back then, he would give the same beat to 2 or 3 artists.
Yeah. Right.
And whoever came back first, it was yours.
Yeah.
So we came back and we finished the record before she did. But
I don't think we let him hear it before she did.
But for whatever reason, we hadn't gotten it back to him. He gave that same beat to Lil Mo. She wrote a song. And
our song was crazy.
Our song was better. No, I ain't gonna say better because I love Mo. But we had a good song.
Oh, that song was a bop, bro.
Is it
was
out?
a bop.
Like, is it anywhere?
Y'all did?
No.
Yes.
Can I hear
the
it?
one we had?
It was called Pretty.
ain't got
So
everything, huh?
on the Layover album, we did a song called Pretty Everything where we took that concept and
Right,
some
but
of
it
the
wasn't
melodies,
that
but it
song.
wasn't
It
actually
wasn't
that song. Yeah. But I'll tell you
But
one.
you know, I would love to hear it and
I
go
would too,
head
gotta
up and
find
just
it.
answer
Cox
Cox
might have
probably
it
got
somewhere.
it. Cox don't really lose.
But
No, he don't.
he got it.
I know one that we passed on. Then I ain't gonna say that I wish we would have did it, but we passed on it. Drew Hill Sleeping in My Bed.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
we passed
And
it.
Cisco tells this lie that we went and
112
sang
passed on
it.
it too.
He says that we sang it and 112 sang
Are
it. We
you
couldn't
serious?
sing it. We never liked it like
We
that.
never really
We
liked
liked
it.
it
liked
the
the
way
We
they
didn't
did
like
it.
it like that.
Did y'all like the remix?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
We
love it.
was
We was
pinning
on Jermaine ass
we was
about
on
that
Jermaine
remix.
for
Oh,
real.
yeah,
We was on him about that.
Hey, we was on his ass real hard.
We was there.
We was in the video. They cut us out.
That's what. Look,
They cut you out the video?
That's when the beat started.
We was there. So for us, that's where it all kind of started in terms of the funny energy.
Yeah, they
We
took us
came
out
to
the
the
video.
video.
Yeah.
They dapped us up, showed us love, let us do our little performance.
Yeah.
And when the video came out, they
Nowhere
cut us the
to
fuck
be
up out that
found.
shit.
Are you
Them
serious?
niggas.
Real talk.
The nerve of
Listen,
them
you'll
niggas.
never forget it because it was the day after Biggie got killed.
Yeah, sure
so
was.
we'll never
Yeah.
forget this moment.
And you
Day after
remember
Biggie died.
Jermaine and Brett with the So Def
Yes.
basketball shirts?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had them same shirts
Yeah,
on.
had the shirts
But they
on.
just cut us out like
Sure did.
Yes.
Did you guys ever collab with them?
Nah.
Y'all never did anything?
Just toured one of them.
We only have collabed to this day with 112. That's the only group we ever
And
What
that's
the
it.
fuck?
That's it.
on
That's
their
it,
album.
yeah.
Yeah.
On their album.
Their
I
last
had no
album.
idea about this.
Yeah.
On their
Yeah,
last
real talk.
album. Yeah.
So y'all shot a whole scene.
Yes.
Yes.
We was in there.
Yes.
Literally, we was in
Doing
there.
our little dance.
Day
you know
after
what I'm
Biggie
saying?
Get in there.
And we went to look at the video when it came out. We was like, these
Zero.
niggas cut us out.
All right, then.
That was the start of it. That was the start of it.
Damn.
All right, then.
Hey, he's like, oh, for sure. All right, that was the
So
start.
low key, the verses should have been Drew Hill and Jagged Edge.
Oh no, they ain't got enough.
Well, yeah. I mean,
not
It might be a better battle.
I do feel like it's a better battle in terms of the ballads.
But we're not really in the same era. People don't.
But the parity between us and 112,
Yeah,
you know,
it's been a
Puff,
thing.
JD,
But-
Yeah.
Bad Boy, so I feel like it
Atlanta,
makes sense.
But even them, though, they not really our era either. Like, because era get divided up by such a thin line, right? But they all came out 94, 95. We came out 98. We only spent 2 years in the 90s.
Yeah.
And people think we a 90s group. We came out 98. They came out 94,
I look at y'all more as
95.
2000.
I think y'all
Right.
2000.
But some people like to lump us with that. I'm
Right,
like,
they
we're
do.
not really from the
But
same
when did
era,
I Gotta
really.
Be come out?
97.
Okay.
No, 98.
98, right?
98.
Right.
Where You Talk came out 97.
Right. Okay, there you go. But
And
the
that
album
shit
didn't
didn't
come
do
out until 98. Yeah.
Another deep cut is Wednesday Loving.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That's
Jermaine
one
was
of
just
my
talking about that
favorites.
record the other
They
day.
like, man, we
Uncle
should've
Charlie.
stopped
Shout out to Charlie Wilson. That's a Charlie Wilson song. A lot of people didn't know
I
that,
didn't know
but
that.
that's a Charlie
That's
Wilson
Charlie
song that we
Wilson,
just
yeah.
redid. Yeah.
One of my favorite records that probably don't get a lot of shine. I know people love Where the Party At. That's one of my. I'm a DJ, so I play that shit all the time. Still to this day. But it's a song that y'all did with Nas called "I Got It." Part 2.
Come on,
Man,
I love that
Shout
record.
out
Boy,
Nas.
I love that
I got it.
You know what's crazy,
I
man?
thought now that run. I thought I could sing, right? And so I'm trying to hit that, and I'm like, let me just do Nas' part.
But that beat was crazy.
And that record,
Nas was
that record started out as a ballad. It was
that
a
record
ballad first.
ballad. Yep.
Really?
We sped
Yeah,
that shit up.
yeah.
Yep.
Sped it up.
That was a
Yeah.
dope ass ballad, and we sped it up for that track.
History.
So, but it says it was part 2 though,
Yeah, because
Right,
the first one was Trina.
Was Trina on it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
She's on the album version, and
Right.
then when we shot the video, we put Nas on the
Nas
song.
on it, yeah.
and he was
because
on that.
the reason why I brought this up is because me and her were talking about this on the radio too. How there used to be like damn near 3 versions of a record.
Right.
You get the album version.
Right.
You get the
Right.
video version.
Right.
And then you might have like an alternate B
They
side.
used to call those
That
maxi
maxi
singles.
single, right?
Where,
Right.
And that's what it was. You max out that song on that little
might
CD.
have
It might,
five
right, it might be
versions,
5
some
versions of that one song on that single.
Yeah. So when did y'all ever do any other songs like that were different versions of? Because I remember there was. I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was 2 or 3 versions of "Let's Get Married."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then there was a song "Trade It All." There was 2 versions of "Trade It All" Part 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I?
No,
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
You know it.
But it was like finding these. This is the download era, Napster, and I'm bootlegging y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm bootlegging.
We bootlegging our own shit.
I'm bootlegging the fuck out y'all. They were free. So yeah. So I'm like, I'm on the computer. This is using dial-up internet and shit, trying to figure out like, and I download the same version twice. I'm hot because that's another 30 minutes I gotta wait. Somebody call the phone, call the house, and kick me off.
Start back over.
But that's what's stuck in my mind is why I'm bootlegging y'all shit. Why was there so many different versions of the records?
I think the goal from a record label standpoint was to serve as many different like someone might have a Spanish version you know what I mean, so it's just try to serve a bunch of different audiences off the heat of one song.
What was the two versions of Trade It All?
I think we weren't on the second.
There was a version where the beat was a little bit different.
Come close.
Right. There was a version of Trade It All where the beat is a little bit different. Yeah. Our vocals are the same, and I think Puff changed his rap. Right. Yeah. So that's why it's two different versions. Yeah.
But then we also had a maxi single for Promise.
But
Promise.
Talking about.
No, I'm talking about all of them.
I'm just saying in general. He's just saying the rappers in general. Man, let me tell you, we had a Chicago.
We had an EDM mix of Promise that was so hard.
Yeah.
We didn't even like that type of music. We used to jam that shit.
We had a techno version of Promise, bro. When I tell you,
yes, bro,
that shit was through the roof.
Really?
And then we were just talking about this earlier. Let's Get Married. There's a Kanye West version where he actually rapping on that.
Yes.
Like
who got that one? I ain't got that.
Crazy.
You can download it.
You can get it. You can get
it's
it.
on
the
remix.
Just play it.
So
you can pull it up somewhere.
Let me tell you.
But y'all remember that? What was the Kool and the Gang version of Walked Out of Heaven? That Kool and the Gang beat.
Yep.
That shit was hard too.
So y'all wasn't creating these. These were being created by the label, or producers and labels.
A lot of times, European producers would send it in and label liking it. Then they service everybody.
Got you. Okay.
Have y'all ever made a song where you tried to kind of like, okay, so Baby. Girl, don't you know that you... That's still a wedding song to me.
You know what that song is?
What?
That's Jodeci.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Jodeci. Can Come and Talk to Me.
Right.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
So how did that song even happen?
Thing because, what's my man's name? Lamb wrote that song. That's the only song we ever put out as a single that we didn't write. Lamb wrote that song, and the crazy thing about that song is that the vocal parts come from Jodeci. The beat comes from Surface.
Right.
Yep.
Only You Can Make Me. Yeah, Only You Can Make Me happy. So we kind of, what do they call that when y'all do that nowadays? When y'all mash it up. We mashed it up.
Mash up, yeah.
Can y'all give us just like from a fan, I have to know this.
Absolutely.
The Let's Get Married, the original song, and then how did the remix come about? Or what's the order of like, I know we got it the way we got it, but is there a story or any of the backstory on it?
Yeah, well, the story for Let's Get Married is that Gotta Be, once it blew up, this is back in the day when you had fan clubs and stuff still, right? And fan clubs, people was going and getting married or getting engaged and filming it, putting on like VHS tapes and sending them to the label.
Gotta Be.
So it got to the point where Jermaine was like, y'all seen all the fan mail y'all got?
We had an office full of videotapes of people getting married or their wedding rehearsals or just things like that.
Right.
So
is this published anywhere?
I don't think so.
Y'all need a
just
documentary.
A conversation. Yeah. Right. But from that though, Jermaine walked in.
Let's go.
But from that, Jermaine walked in and said, "Y'all need to make a song for people to get married to, because they already get married to Gotta Be." You know what I mean? So that's how it kind of came about.
But then the remix.
That's why it's so direct. Like, let's get married, because people was already doing it to the other songs.
Yeah, my bad, I didn't cut you off. But like when we heard the Drew Hill remix, they're sleeping in my bed. JD was like, he knew it was hot with him. About it.
Us and Usher. Everybody was mad at
we were hot. Usher thought it was his song, and we came in. We gonna come back, but we got that heat. We got that heat. Nigga like, no, that ain't y'all's. But JD, he redeemed himself with us, and that's when he did Let's Get Married remix with Reverend Run. First of all,
yeah.
Jermaine Dupri is my GOAT. He's
man, genius.
He's my number one.
He's a genius
of all time, and I told him that already. Like, shout out to JD. But when y'all go in to make an album, I guess I don't want to say during the So Def time or run, but during that time specifically, how do you go about like submitting tracks from other producers? Is it like
we didn't have a lot of that?
Nobody was fucking with y'all like that.
No, they was. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to,
right?
But they know Jermaine writing and producing, then we write and produce.
Right,
So
we
ain't a
always
lot of
put
room for
ourselves
that.
in a rabbit hole and just go put the album together.
Right.
You know?
But I'm saying there were still other producers that collaborated. So is there ever a time where it's like, well, I need to touch this beat up, or I need to like.
Most of the time, the other producers was guys who we knew. Like we knew Brian Cox.
You knew, yeah.
We knew Gary
Gary
Smith.
yeah.
Who else?
Jazzy.
We knew Jazzy well. Like it was just guys who we really messed with anyway. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So outside of that, it ain't organic. We don't. We ain't care.
Yeah, that's real.
We keep all the
Everything in house.
real close because they know us and we know them, and we don't waste time. Like I said, we in and out with quality. So we really.
You know what? It ain't nothing worse than like having to get up and do a video or a stage performance with somebody who you got funny energy with.
Right.
So we always try to keep it organic and real to the people that we fuck with, like you said. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Was it ever intentional for you guys to dress like rappers? Cause y'all had like
We
the
just wanted to
jerseys.
dress like us.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we just wanted to. I'll tell the story there. All right, so our first video, right? The way that you talk, that went double wood, right? The whole video, they got us in suits that we didn't pick out, that we didn't have nothing to do with, right?
Didn't want.
So once that song flopped, the VP of Social Death, one of our true like confidants, I'm sorry, Bart Phillips called us in the office and he was like, if this next song don't work, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jagged. Ain't gonna be no Jagged Edge. So we said to him right then and I said, okay, it's cool. If y'all gonna hang us out to dry with one record, then let us do the next record in terms of the imaging, in terms of the concepting of the video. And they did that and Gotta Be took off. And so we here now. You know?
So just let y'all do you.
I mean, basically, I'm sorry, but basically, we just looking like how we look at home every day.
Exactly.
We you know what I mean? Like we want to be relatable, bro. We want to be approachable. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to look like
gimmicky. You look
his hair too look too good. I can't say nothing.
I don't even touch that silk shirt.
We're not no silk shirt
Yeah.
That
type
just ain't
of
us.
like that.
Yeah.
Even if it's time to dress, we don't dress like that.
Right.
So we wasn't being that then. So we always wanted to relate to the fact that we the homegirl boyfriend. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he cool as hell. But that's what it was with us.
Jogging
like,
suits and Timbs, baby.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
Man, we went to the Soul Train one time in white t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like we was
That's what we be doing.
That's what I do all the I do that now.
Like, we
I go to just like this.
we just wanted to be us, man.
We wanted to be us, yeah.
That's all.
I don't even own a suit.
Me neither.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
My
I don't.
nigga.
I mean, unless it's a Jagged
You're
Edge
my
thing.
nigga.
I don't own one person.
I'm looking for
No,
you.
because they be shaming me like, "What? You need to grow up." I'm like, I just don't like suits.
Right.
Nigga,
Right.
like,
Exactly. Exactly.
And you can be fly without a suit, bro. It's ways
My wife
around
like,
it, man.
Yo, we going out to eat and you're not wearing a white t-shirt. So I'm already pre-dressed before we go anywhere.
Yeah,
I got
that's
t-shirt
drag and
for
drop.
days.
That's that shit I was talking about
Drag and drop. That's what that is.
That's what that is.
I'm gonna tell her that you dragging and dropping, boo.
You dragging and dropping whatever your image is of this shit. You just dropping my face on it. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, baby, you been dragging and dropping.
Real shit.
Never like dress codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys in relationships when y'all was making these love songs?
Some
Yeah.
of those times.
Some
Yeah,
of
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes most of were
Relationship was
I
probably
mean, I'm just being honest.
I was on the rock.
Okay, what about when y'all did Let's Get Married?
Yeah, on the rocks.
Walked
Did
out
y'all
of-
ever had like the girls looking like, nigga, you ain't marrying me? Like, how you see?
But you gotta realize too, though, we was like
so
19,
young that they
20
weren't even
writing
looking
those
for that.
records. You know what I mean? So
They
nobody
weren't
expected
looking
it at that point in time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Who's the one to watch on the road? Like who's the one that get into the most shit?
Probably used to be him, but he
Yeah.
all right now.
You-
But look at his face.
Listen, I think finally he tired of going to jail, so he know how to act all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
Lewd acts in the amphitheater. Huh? Lewd acts in the amphitheater.
Oh, the lewd acts. I don't know. It might
Oh,
be
for
him.
that type of stuff. Oh,
Might be
He
that guy.
ain't the freak.
Right.
You talking about the freak?
No, he used to be. He married, so he ain't. But
I used to be.
He put
Yeah,
he
clean
put
that
it
up.
up.
Clean that up.
He put it up. He put it back up.
Clean that.
He was a flopper at first.
yeah, he was wild. He was wild.
Wow, son.
Are there any unreleased like features that you guys had? That didn't come out?
We had a record with T.I., we got a record with Jeezy we never released.
That one with Maya.
One with Maya.
You got a record with Maya?
They released that.
They released
Us,
Maya group.
the group
also-
had
Oh, I
broke
thought you
up.
a new one.
Man,
They had released it
released
and the
that?
group broke up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, you remember the song we had with Pac?
Yeah.
That
Y'all the
song.
song with Tupac?
We
Yeah.
sure did. It was crazy. Too.
Y'all could be mad at Columbia Records for that
trolling,
one.
right?
No,
No,
that's
I'm
for real.
That, bro, that's-
They
that
wouldn't
thing
let
was
us. They
hard.
wouldn't let us feature on that song.
Yeah.
They said we was too hot and we was going to oversaturate
Right.
ourselves.
That was the thing
So
at the time.
yeah,
Let me hear the
That was
record.
the thing back in the day. You
Fuck
could
what they
be-
talking.
you
Let me
could
hear
be
the
too
record,
hot.
bro.
Oh, the record.
Wait,
Oh,
so is he already passed away?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was gone.
Yeah, passed.
Just like when we did the one we did with Biggie, he was gone at that time.
Right,
too.
right,
But
right.
we did actually meet Biggie and kick with Biggie.
But the
we never
crazy
got a
thing
chance
is,
to kick
Jazzy
with
Faye did both records.
Right.
What?
So Jazzy just loved our pen. So when he did the beat, he gave it to us to write the hook. We sent it back. They loved it. Then our record label tripped out and wouldn't let us do it.
We were so mad about that.
I think they was scared because
Bro, that's
Pac
crazy
is
as
Jagged,
hell.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
whole
yeah, the whole shit. Like, them niggas gonna be
Is it like how much do y'all really fuck with the song? Like, is it one of
Song
them
was
that
a
would have
beast.
been in
It was
the?
beast.
It was
It was a
called,
beast, but I ain't heard it since then.
It was called "Tell 'Em I'm a Writer."
right.
Like that shit was hard, bro. That
Oh
shit
man, it
was
was
hard.
right. It was right.
Tell him I'm
Right, that shit was hard.
Yeah, just sing. Yeah.
I don't remember.
right.
No, why when he and I'm beside you, tell him I'm a
You
right.
remember?
Something like that, though.
So it was like some love, like thug passion type.
That was like Thug Passion.
Like thug passion.
Exactly what it was.
Okay.
Man, who got the record?
I know Jazzy might.
It was like
Jazzy
a
might.
demo.
I bet we call
Jazzy
Jazzy
might
probably
have
got
it.
it.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Y'all need to leak all that shit.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Hey, you
Y'all
know
need to
what?
leak all that.
Or send it to me.
That might
You know
be
what I'm saying?
Let us know.
I got you.
Say no more.
I got you. Because I want to hear the record. That's
You know what's
record
funny,
y'all mentioned
too?
I ain't heard that I want to hear.
Well,
What's
wait,
funny?
wait,
Somebody just made a post
Pull
like
up
2 weeks
Jagged
ago
Edge,
about
Kanye.
heartbreak, right? Because they didn't know that the heartbreak intro was a whole song. So we just got in the studio with Jermaine. Yeah, it's a whole record, and we just talking to JD about a week or two ago about cleaning up and putting that out because people was like, that's a whole record. Yeah, it was a whole song. That's the bridge of the song, the intro.
Yeah, y'all do owe us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't take
One of
another
the
heartbreak.
engineers end up clean, just like Brian
And
said,
found
we
it, right.
found the record, and Brian Cox said, "Oh, I've been looking for that record," and he ended up posting some of it. So a fan came,
I got sold.
and the fan came and was like, "Yo, hold up now,
Right.
where that's at?" Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How do y'all feel that we don't have anything like VH1 Soul or MTV Jams no
We
more?
talk
Because
about
y'all
it all
killed
the
it.
time.
Y'all
Talk
killed it
about
over there
all the
too.
time, yeah.
We
Talk about it all
we
the
really
We
want
wanna
to do
bring-
a podcast or a show and do that, like recreate that. You know what I
Like
mean?
we in talks right now.
Right.
Really? To
Yeah.
create something like that.
Okay.
Right now.
That old Arsenio Hall.
Yeah. To where you got to actually get dressed up and perform.
Right.
With a
Not,
suit?
not
No, but
whatever
like,
your
like you
dress
going on a
is.
real
No,
like you
whatever
going
your
Jeans,
dress
whatever
is.
your look,
Whatever your look is.
Jeans,
I mean,
Right.
we just wanted to be. We wanted to be different from say
Tiny Desk.
Tiny Desk.
Right.
Like, you sit there and you like the way we look at this shit, bro. We real performers with real fans,
Right.
and I could give you something impromptu and unpolished. But wouldn't you rather have polished? When you rather have that thing that make you understand why they special?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of those performances, like I could have did without that. You know what I mean? So for us, we want to give them something where it's like put on your best outfit.
Right.
Put your band together,
Right.
Your tour.
get your show right, get your stage show together, and come see us.
Right.
And we're gonna put it
And
out
I
there.
think
for you.
artists will, because a lot of packages ain't selling like they once were. And I think that's the way to even bring those sales up. People see you do your best.
Right.
Now I understand why I need to come see you. You know what I'm saying?
And,
Like,
and then you can put a twist on it. Like I remember when Boys and Men did Arsenio. And they did it in a minute. They did it acapella. And remember I stole that
Crazy.
videotape from
Yeah,
y'all. I
that
mean
was
that
crazy.
thing.
Stole it from my house.
Stole it from I was just like blown away because it was different. Because you hear Boys to Men, I hear Boys to Men, but when they did Arsenio, they just sit right there.
Man, you expect them to just come do this song and leave?
Right.
No.
So with that, somebody may put a twist on the song, and now you're an instant fan. Because I love Boys to Men, but when they did that, I'm like, yo, man, this is iconic.
I got two more questions for y'all. 'Cause I know y'all got to roll, but not that y'all look for validation, but did y'all ever get that ado from other groups? Like y'all mentioned Boys to Men, where it's like, man, we see y'all. Like, and what did that mean to
I feel
you?
like all of them have shown. Let me put it to you like this, right? We've had certain little situations with certain groups.
Facts.
But Jagged Edge came into this game showing love to every group we came in
Everybody,
contact
yep.
with. Down to the point where we'll come and be in your video as an extra.
And not
So-
be in your video.
And not be in the video.
and not get put in the video, right?
He ain't going for that. He's still mad about that bullshit.
But what we found was some of them groups didn't have that same goodwill that we had with them. You know what I mean?
right.
And we still, to this day, have still tried to be cordial with anybody we come across.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, man, the group thing is it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity.
Right.
The fact that it's not what it used to be, I think, it's got a lot to do with the industry in itself. It's not the structure of male groups. It's the cost of it. But I think, it's worth it. If you could put something together with your homies and your brothers that you feel good about, trust me, the world gonna gravitate to it because we don't have it. It's nowhere to be found.
That validation, absolutely. Like, we got into a literal fight with a certain group, and we ain't gonna talk about it. We've talked about it before. And no one, I feel like we won, but
We did win.
but it don't matter, right? They came,
just said we ain't gonna
came
talk
back and apologized to us and wanted to work with us.
Yeah.
And now when we pull up in their city, they pull up every time.
Every time.
You know what I mean? So,
And I love them guys.
yeah,
I
and
love
that's part
them,
of that validation right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So
then
y'all beat up Jodeci.
It wasn't Joe.
One time.
It wasn't Joe.
she's stupid.
That's our little sister. You know she gonna be
Hey, like he said, it's better not to even say it because we cool with them.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
And they actually, they real ones too, though. Don't
Yeah,
get it twisted.
yeah,
Like, they
yeah,
some real
yeah,
ones. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's just
They
wasn't
would've
their day.
They probably
Wasn't
whooped
your
the other
day.
group there just from Jagged Edge.
it wasn't us.
We'll give them that. You know?
The other thing was, I remember talking to, who did I talk? I think I was talking to Sean Stockman, right? Legend too, you know what I'm saying? Boys to Men, whatever. And I remember him telling me, he's like, hey, they took our formula and went and ran with it to the Caucasian side of things. Did y'all ever get that? Did you ever feel slighted?
We fought that the whole way. See, Boys and Men had a time where they were out by themselves, right? When we came out, there was already a Backstreet Boys and an NSYNC, and the reason why we didn't frequent the MTV audience is because of those guys.
Right.
All right. We had
You
spots
purposely didn't go, or you
no,
saying
meaning
it wasn't spots
why they
created?
wasn't right?
Yeah.
Why we weren't so inclusive in that programming? It's because they already had something like us, but they were white.
Right.
And I think at the end of the day, it got to the point where it was almost silly. Like the first time we went on TRL, Carson Daly was like, "It's about damn time."
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it was really something
knew what it was.
brewing behind the
Right.
scenes, keeping
Right.
Jagged Edge from being on MTV. So we probably attribute it to those
But
white
I'ma tell
groups,
you-
but
I'ma
we don't
tell you
honestly know for sure.
Another funny story though, like when you talk about our image and all that, right? If you go back and look at it, right, when it came to cornrows and things like that, us and Allen Iverson,
We started.
If you really go back and look at it, it was us and Allen
That's
Iverson.
it.
Then R. Kelly came. Then
Right.
it just exploded,
exploded.
right? But I remember this incident. We had a show to do. I want to say it was The Viewer. I can't remember what it was, but our label, right? We had our stylists bring our clothes, and my outfit was a bandana, and I had my cornrows. The label literally told us not to wear it because that program was going to have an issue with it.
Lying.
We look up the next, like a week or two later, and NSYNC got on the same thing that we had on.
Braids
Justin Timberlake got
with the
cornrows
bandana,
with
everything.
the same bandana. I'm like,
Justin
what the-
Timberlake had braids.
Yes.
Yes.
Go find it. Go
When he was
find
still
it.
with Britney Spears,
Hell yeah,
they both
he did.
had on jeans.
Yes.
We will never forget this shit. They
Yes.
both had on jean outfits at the,
Yep.
at the MTV.
I remember
He
that.
had
Right.
cornrows.
And then you gonna tell us it, like it looked too threatening or something,
So
but it's
you ended
okay
up
if he
not doing
came
it?
and did it.
You end up not doing it
Gentrification.
because of that?
Yeah, because listen, the label they
You
got
wore
to
a
wear.
hat. You wore a hat.
I
You
wore a
didn't
hat,
do that
and I think I still took it off, and I had under there, but I did come out with a hat on. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the label got a way of making you think if you don't do what they want, then you just you gonna have a hard time. So it's like fuck it,
Yeah,
let's,
you
know,
battling the machine.
right? Absolutely.
Wow. Wow.
Before y'all go, just tell me the sibling dynamic, because I've always thought y'all was twins and y'all was twins. Like I thought Jagged Edge was a group of twins.
Everybody did, though.
They tried to push that
could've,
first, but
yeah, we could've.
who lied?
We would have to tell the truth one day.
Yeah, they tell the truth. Yeah.
So what's the truth?
There's only one set of twins.
It's us,
Brandon
yeah.
Brown are identical twins.
Brown.
Me and Kyle just
They not even related.
we're not even related.
Y'all not even brothers?
Ain't that
Right.
crazy?
Yeah, we gotta
Not
talk
like
to
that.
somebody,
Ain't
daddy.
I gotta call my mom.
One of the daddies.
I always thought it was Jagged Edge was a group of twins.
A lot of
Twins,
people
twins.
did.
That would've
A
been
lot of
dope,
people
but now-
did.
Yeah.
That would've been dope.
Oh, one more thing. As far as rappers, like, have any of y'all tried to rap?
We
I used to rap.
started out
Right.
kind
We
of
used to
like
rap all the time.
I'm talking about put some shit out that we
No,
know.
put it out.
Okay.
I think I'm on the first album.
Yeah.
On
I'm on
what's the name of that song?
Because you
I'm
know
on,
Chris Brown
Be
can
There.
rap.
I'm
for
on
real,
Watch
so-
You. I rapped on Watch You.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when we first started our group,
Man,
we
you
was
like it nonstop.
we was kind of doing all of that. Look, the
I
name
like
of our
to
group
watch
at
you.
first was Twin AK.
That's right.
Twin AK was the first
That
name
was
of our group.
because we
What's
thought
the AK?
And the picture
I mean,
was two
it's
AKs.
Oh, no, y'all tripping.
real talk. Real talk.
Hey, you think you couldn't get on Carson Wilson daily.
Right.
That's why it's Jagged Edge.
I mean, it was
We
another
killing
guy
these
that
niggas.
did it. It was Twins, Al, and Kyle.
Right.
Before
We was just playing off of it. It really stood for Twins,
Al
Al,
and
and
Kyle.
Kyle.
Right.
Got you. Well, not. Go ahead. It's like, tell them how much you love them.
I love y'all.
love you.
I know
Love
y'all
you
gotta
back.
go, but can y'all do this TikTok with me before y'all go?
Absolutely.
All right.
Come on now.
Listen, bro. For real, man. Like as a fan and as somebody who's been doing this for a long, I've been in the game 20 years now,
It's
and
a blessing.
like to see y'all success and is like really a dope thing to watch because it's not a lot of us, especially us.
Thank you, man.
You know,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Y'all
Y'all
thank-
still together. Y'all look
Appreciate it.
good.
yeah, y'all ain't never had no real bullshit going on.
All dusty. All
I
dusty.
can support y'all proudly.
Y'all not out
Single
here.
niggas
Real
been
shit.
Y'all not out
real
here
life.
subtweeting each other and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
that's
But
real.
salute to y'all, man, for being able to
We
hold it down.
appreciate that, man.
All
We
of that,
appreciate the love. Something about us in Cali, man. We done always had this little love affair with Cali, and when we put our tickets out for this show on Sunday, it sold out within minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to tell y'all we love y'all, like
you, yeah.
sincere, real love. Thank y'all.
Man, Jagged Edge is effective
Wait, we trying to
immediately.
get on the guest list?
Let's go. You know you good. ASAP.
Huh?
Bring your moms.
My mom ain't coming outside. My mom don't even know who I am out here. And when I find a nigga, I'm still gonna put in that request for y'all to come sing at my wedding.
Come on, let's go. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right.
They got shows and shit.
I don't got no budget.
No, we good.
Ain't got no. I'm gonna tell you that ain't no way.
We gonna get it worked out. For real. That's hilarious.
Thank y'all though. I
Y'all.
appreciate
Love
it.
y'all.
Always. Thank you.
It's effective immediately.